Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, and I'm pretty excited. Today I get to share my Wastelanders CAMP build with you. Because after Wastelanders came out, I spent a lot of time roaming through the hillsides looking for new cool and unique camp locations. And eventually I stumbled upon this gem. And as soon as I found it, I told one of my buddies, I was like, you gotta come over here and just stay here for a second. I'm gonna swap characters, I'm gonna come back, and I'm building the camp here immediately. This spot is way too cool to pass up on. And then I stayed up entirely too late building, but that's the curse of a builder, right? One thing that was really cool about the location was it had that nice little farm in front of it. A settler can spawn there, an ally, whatever, and they'll still spawn in even if your camp is here, which is huge. The settler that likes to spawn down there tends to offer you crops and what's the other thing? Soup. And normally if you take the soup option, you'll get two things of soup, two different soups. Kinda neat. But as for like my build, I really try to go for builds that look like they belong there and just kind of blend in as best as possible. Obviously, this foundation, not doing a very good job of blending. But I did need it here so I could get the upper floor just where I wanted it. And a cool little side note for you. There are 3 different areas with a foundation with stairs going somewhere. And while the entire thing connects, it doesn't have a hard connection anywhere. I've basically created my own connections to make it work. Also, Teddy Bear Tea Party. Pretty darn cool. I mean, how many people got a Teddy Bear Tea Party at their house? I can't take credit for that. That's already here. But still, pretty cool. Now we'll continue to work our way through the house, head on downstairs. And I will say, building inside of the house itself is a pain because it's tilted sideways, which makes items look like they're partially floating, so you gotta be really picky on placement of items. But over here, got a nice little guard post. And of course, I had to record this during daylight, but at nighttime it is pretty darn well lit up. Over here, a couple display cases. I don't have anything in them. They're more used as railing than anything. But looking out towards the hillside, this area is kind of significant because enemies do like to come down the hillside towards my camp. Possibly one of my favorite things that I built here, and it's going to seem stupid, is the path we're walking on. Because that is a bunch of floor mats. A bunch of them. And of course we got my little front porch balcony, I guess. Overall, kind of cool, and again, it looks out towards where all the madness happens when enemies show up. We head down the stairs. I've created like a tiny little bedroom. It's nothing super fancy, but honestly, when I went into building this, my entire thought process was I want to build like a settlement. Because, let's see, I have my little ally buddy running around. I have a settler roaming around, and I have Crazy Commie-Bot roaming around. So I have a decent start to a settlement, plus myself running around. So, there goes Gramps. You see him? It's like as soon as we got over here, he went, "Oh God, I'm on camera," and he took off running. I guess he's camera shy. Good old Gramps. He's a crazy character. Now, I wasn't really sure what to do with the hole in the side of the house, so I just kind of went, you know what? I'm just going to leave it the way it is and try to deal with blocking up any other sections that were busted. But now we're going to go to the cool part. We're going to go check out Gramps' crib because Gramps has an awesome, awesome house. Gramps lives down here in a bunker, which seems extremely cool at first until you go to build. And then you realize that building inside this thing is a nightmare. Because the only way you can get half of your stuff to place down is to put it on a floor mat and then put the floor mat wherever you want. Because like the toilet and the bathtub, that kind of stuff, when I tried to place them in there, it would just teleport them up above. And you're like, oh gosh, come on game, work with me. I'm trying to create a bathroom here. Gramps has got to go poopy. Did you see him? He took off running. He slammed into that dresser. I'm telling you, he's got a screw loose or something. Either that or he really wanted me to pull his finger. He seems to be into that. Now we'll work our way around back, and I know a few people have had to notice by now, Decoy, why is there all this commie stuff here? You got commie bot, commie flags. What is this, you sick commie? Now to be fair, I had a raider build. I have my settlers characters. I've never had a commie character. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to run with it and let this guy be a commie for a little while. Then, I don't know, maybe Gramps is a commie. Oh, I just got some dislikes for that already. I already know. As soon as it came out my mouth, dislike for commies. Or, maybe if you don't like commies, you like. And then if you like commies, you like anyways. That way, it's a win-win for me. And commies lose all around. But overall, that's going to wrap up my camp. It's pretty cool, that swing. I don't know how many of you caught it as I went past it. But the swing does work. But the root being in the way kind of makes it a half swing. So you get a swing and then a sudden stop. But that's my camp. This will be in the next episode of Cool and Unique Camp Locations next Monday. That's when it's returning. But that wraps this one up. I hope you've enjoyed it. As usual, please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.